Looking at the Horn of Africa today, it is easy to focus exclusively on the land. Modern maps often frame this region as a parched, inhospitable expanse defined by nomadic pastoralism, a dry boundary where the continent simply ends. Fixating on land borders creates a form of sea blindness. This terrestrial view ignores the engine that powered the region for millennia. The ocean tides provided a level of wealth and trans-regional movement that the desert interior could not sustain. Antique maps reveal a different reality. The Somali Coast was a primary node for Indian Ocean trade, connecting Africa directly to Arabia. This was driven by a predictable system of monsoon winds, forming a transoceanic highway linking the peninsula to India and Persia. Understanding Somali history requires decoding the physical structures left behind on the shore, architecture designed specifically to capture and regulate this global flow of wealth. Long before the 7th century, the coastal architecture was defined by pragmatism. Indigenous inhabitants built heavy fortifications from locally sourced stone, designed to secure freshwater wells and protect trade goods from inland raids. This defensive landscape shifted as Arabian scholars and saints crossed the Red Sea, eventually integrating into local Somali lineages. These interactions wove Islam into the region's social fabric, aligning the coast with a broader spiritual and economic world. This integration introduced sophisticated new engineering principles. Somali builders began incorporating the hallmarks of the Islamic world into their public works, raising skylines with rounded domes, vaulted arches, and tall minarets. The Masjid al-Qiblatayn in Zeila preserves a physical record of this transition. Its ruins feature two distinct mihrabs, one pointing toward Mecca and another facing Jerusalem. This structural alignment dates the mosque to the earliest years of the faith, before the direction of prayer was standardized. Adopting these motifs was a strategic realignment. It visually signaled that Somali society was no longer isolated, but was instead an essential link in a transcontinental network. At the height of the Adal Sultanate, this maritime focus produced a golden age for coastal humps like Mogadishu and Zeila. These cities developed sophisticated urban layouts centered around prominent stone minarets and wide commercial thoroughfares. The permanence of these cities relied on the extraction of local coral stone. When bound with lime mortar, this porous material created incredibly durable blocks, providing the structural stability needed for multi-story urban centers. This masonry allowed for a dense, advanced style of urban planning. Narrow, winding alleyways connected residential stone houses directly to massive commercial markets, creating a seamless integration of private and public life. Defense remained a priority for these commercial hubs. Towering stone forts and coastal watchtowers dotted the landscape, serving as both military installations to protect the harbor and symbols of the Sultanate's authority over the trade routes. These ports effectively operated as the ancient world's special economic zones. Builders purposefully assimilated Persian and Arabian aesthetics, such as ornate arches and high balconies, to create a cosmopolitan environment that attracted wealthy foreign merchants. The 14th century traveler Ibn Battuta provided a definitive record of this era. He described a coastal network defined by extreme wealth, rigorous trade regulations, and a sophisticated fusion of cultures. These coral stone metropolises were not mere settlements. They were highly engineered machines designed to capture and capitalize on the relentless movement of global trade. Today, that architectural legacy is under threat. Decades of shifting geopolitics and civil war have left many of these historical metropolises structurally degraded, with their ancient stone walls scarred by modern conflict. Even as the ancient hubs face neglect, the underlying logic of the Somali Coast remains. Modern logistics centers, like the Port of Djibouti, continue to leverage the region's geography to channel the massive flow of contemporary global shipping. But the original stone ruins are incredibly fragile. Without immediate conservation, they face total erasure from salt erosion, natural degradation, and a lack of protective infrastructure. Designating sites like the Masjid al-Qiblatayn as UNESCO World Heritage Landmarks would provide a framework for restoration. International preservation efforts could effectively transform these fragile ruins back into modern economic engines through heritage tourism and academic study. Protecting these sites preserves the record of a civilization that transcended modern terrestrial borders. This architecture is the physical evidence of a mastery over oceanic connection, a historical legacy capable of informing the region's future.